Christmas Eve, 1967. All around the world, families gathered under twinkling lights, singing carols and celebrating peace on earth. But in the dense, humid jungles of Vietnam, the night was anything but silent. For tens of thousands of soldiers, American, Vietnamese, Australian, and others, Christmas wasn't a season of joy, but a battlefield filled with shadows and fear. The war didn't take a holiday. The familiar sounds of celebration were replaced by the roar of explosions echoing through the valleys. The festive lights were the green and red streaks of tracer bullets tearing through the inky black sky. And the jungle, vast and unforgiving, seemed to swallow the desperate prayers whispered by young men far from home. Soldiers on both sides huddled in muddy foxholes and makeshift bunkers, clutching pens to write letters. These weren't just holiday greetings. They were potential final goodbyes. They wrote of love, of memories, of a world they might never see again. Each word was a fragile bridge connecting them to a life of peace, a life that felt a million miles away. In a few isolated areas, unofficial truces were declared. These were brief, fragile moments of quiet where the guns fell silent. But in the context of the Vietnam War, silence wasn't peaceful. It was tense, heavy, and full of danger. An eerie quiet could mean an ambush was imminent. Soldiers recalled that on Christmas Eve the silence felt different. It was as if the jungle itself was holding its breath, alive and whispering secrets through the thick, cold mist. Some veterans later shared chilling stories from those nights. They spoke of hearing faint carols drifting through the trees, even when they knew their own unit wasn't singing and the nearest friendly force was miles away. Was it the wind, a trick of the mind, or something else entirely? Near the strategic cities of Da Nang and Hue, American units reported seeing something truly bizarre. They called them the ghost lights. On Christmas night, strange glowing orbs would appear, floating silently above the tree line before vanishing without a trace. Skeptics dismissed them as flares or strange atmospheric phenomena, but to the battle-weary soldiers who saw them, they looked like something else. Some whispered that they were the souls of the fallen, both friend and foe, wandering the battlefield on this holy night, unable to find their way home. For the Vietnamese civilians caught in the crossfire, Christmas brought no reprieve. The war didn't distinguish between a church and a military target. Villages were ravaged, homes burned, and families were torn apart. The sacred sound of church bells ringing for midnight mass often mingled with the horrifying cacophony of gunfire and mortars. It was a haunting symphony of faith and destruction, a brutal reminder that even on the holiest of nights, the capacity for human conflict knows no bounds. Those who survived Christmas in Vietnam carried the memories with them forever. But what many remember most vividly isn't the chaos or the fighting. It's the profound, heavy silence that sometimes fell between the moments of violence. It was a silence so deep it felt like the earth itself was mourning the loss, the waste, the tragedy of it all. In the memory of that war, Christmas is more than just a holiday. For those who were there, it remains a ghost story. It's a haunting memory of a season of light that was swallowed by darkness, a silent night that was anything but holy. The ghosts of that Christmas still linger, a solemn tribute to the peace that was lost and the lives that were changed forever in the jungles of Vietnam. Thank you for listening. If you found this story meaningful, please consider subscribing for more chapters from history.